you can hear me, I cannot hear you. Did you turn on the audio for the ZI mic? So, everybody, I don't know if you can hear me or not. If my audio is on, I don't think my audio is on
Is
either.
my audio on?
Oh, there we go.
There we
Yes,
go.
your audio is on. My audio is on. I can hear both of us.
Sorry, as you can see, I'm in control today, and it's not going well. Even though Kimberly gave me a brilliant instructional and tutorial leading up to this, I still managed to, yeah,
No, no, this is fine. Actually, you're doing really well considering this
I
is
can't
not
hear
normally
you,
your job at
Kimberly.
all. You're doing absolutely fine. And all people really care about is the Christmas crafts. But you know what I think people would really like to see, Russ? So I just realized you probably should have had your headset down there to hear me.
Yeah, because I can't hear you.
Yeah, that might be a problem. If you can turn it up just slightly so you can hear me, I've got my audio down a little bit so I can hear you just barely, and
Oh,
hopefully the
you can hear
camera's
me?
not
Okay.
echoing out.
Okay.
I
Good.
can hear you because I've got my volume at like 30%. So, and hopefully everybody else is having a good evening. Thanks, guys. So the reason, maybe we should tell them why you're
Well,
in
we're
charge of the videos
separated.
tonight. Yes, we've separated. I've finally left him, folks. Yes, that's how it is. I've left him and I've left him to go live with his mom in England. No. You would think if we were going to separate, he'd be the one to have the right to go to his mom, but nope, nope. Apparently, I've won her over. She's now my mom and no longer his. So, no, actually, I'm over here in England just for a couple of days, and then his mom and I are going to be coming back for the holidays. So we're really excited about that, and I am her flight companion for Sunday. So we'll be back Sunday. Um, and actually, Russ, you did really well at getting this all set up because doing this remote and everything. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to show our names, I think, because you have to turn me off. Like, hit the number 4 and then hit number 2, and then people can see what
Okay.
you just put up. So then hit number 2.
There we go.
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah.
Okay, well, that means the audio is still on. Now you can hit number 4 again. You're going to be a pro at this. I'm not going to have to run this show when I get back. I'll just let you do it all. So, but just to make Russ a little bit jealous, folks, I'm sitting here. First of all, it is 1 in the morning, and his mom is still up with me. So, she is right over there. You can see the top of her head right there behind us, and her arm right. So, you don't have to say anything. Oh, there you go, Doreen. You're gonna. There's Russ's mom, Doreen, and maybe we'll get her on our show when we get back to the States as well one night. Maybe we'll get her to come. She can come downstairs and weigh in on real estate in the UK. um, so yeah. So anyway, so I'm over here till Sunday. But the lovely thing is, even though it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, it's only 7 o'clock there. I get a cup of tea. Lovely. And
And
she brought
biscuits.
me, just before our broadcast started, she brought me this as well, an entire tray of biscuits. Now, don't worry, I'm not eating the whole tray of biscuits, but lovely. Get to choose 2 or 3 of those and have those. So, yes. And then to make Russ a little bit more jealous, I'm going to get fish and chips this week. And going out for Chinese, as it turns out, Paul has had to change his plans. So, we're going out for Chinese down at
Uh,
Las Vegas. So,
all right.
yeah. So
We
we're
could
going
go
for
for an
Chinese
Indian.
tomorrow.
The Indian ones
Actually,
down
I
there
think
as
the
well.
Indian down there is shut, and I think it's Chinese now from the way they're talking.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's where the Indian used to be, where the Chinese is now from his description.
Well,
So
there used to be both an Indian and a
I don't
Chinese.
know. He suggested Chinese, and he's paying. So,
Okay.
Paul, if you're watching, thank you. You get to pick wherever you want for us to go. um, But anyway, tonight we're talking about Christmassy crafts. Now, we were kind of struggling with getting this video up. So, Russ, what you're going to have to do to get this video up is you're going to have to unclick 3 and 4 and then go ahead and merge that one over into the main screen. So, you want to give that a
Yeah.
try? See if we can play that video for folks?
Unclick me. Unclick you.
Yep.
And merge
And
and
then click the play button.
play.
Okay, I'm not going to take credit for this because I don't know if it was actually me that came up with this or not, but I came up with this really cool idea. So we have this great tree, and the problem I have is when trying to water a great tree, fresh tree, of course, is you got to get down on the ground and try and get underneath there to tip it in. And I thought, wait a second. What if I create a funnel system? So between going to IKEA to get funnels and going to Home Depot in this case to get tubing, I have created a tree watering funnel system extraordinaire. So we're going to try it out. You guys get to see if this actually works or not. I did check the tree. I can still reach down and check the tree to see if it's full or not. But here's how it is. I've already got my other one in here. And Russ, if you want to bring that over here, just hit pause.
I didn't hit pause.
All right, you didn't hit pause. That's fine. So, as you can see, we've got the funnel right there in the tree. And all I got to do is go like this. And we're going to find out in just a minute whether we have a huge mess all over the floor or whether we have water going down to the base of our tree. All right. And now, pan to the floor, Russ. Pan to the floor. Is there water all over the floor? No, there is not water all over the floor. It works. Awesome.
Yeah, the tree didn't take a tinkle.
Whatever.
Oh, God. Four.
Up with that as far as something to water our tree easily like that. Um, so yeah, so we thought that was pretty cool and pretty clever. And it works really well though, doesn't it, Russ? No more
It
getting
did,
down on your
yeah.
hands and knees to water a fresh tree. So I guess what we were talking about is, are there any other Christmassy crafts that you create or things that you create? Like some people do. So let's talk about like some of the things that people do as Christmas crafts in their home. That was something that was very practical to help me water the tree. But there's lots of other things that people create Christmas crafts with. What can you think of any, Russ?
Christmas cookies, making wreaths for the front doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, so a lot of people make their own wreaths for the front door. What were you saying, Doreen?
I know how to make mistletoe.
Ah, so Doreen apparently makes mistletoe, so we'll have to get
I
her.
know how to.
Oh.
I did it years ago.
So we're gonna have to put her on that when she comes to visit us. That will be her job.
Bongles.
Oh, ping pong bowls with decorations.
That is the berries.
Who needs me? I'll just turn the camera over here. She can tell you all Christmassy crafts. That who needs me and Russ? We've got Doreen. She's a natural for our videos. So, so anyway, yeah, like the ping pong balls that hang, like they're the ones with the ribbons that come up them, and you just hang them as like like pine cone balls and things like that that you can attach to them. Not ping pong balls, obviously, but like the foam balls with the decoration on it.
Yeah.
And I know some people, like you said, make wreaths.
Yeah, and you can
Some
make
people do
wreaths
actually like.
with, if you get polystyrene ring, and you can literally get scraps of material and punch it into the polystyrene ring to cover it, and it becomes a wreath. That looks
Yeah.
quite cool.
And I know we've got a Christmas, we bought a hollowed out log last year from a vendor where we
Yeah.
bought our tree. But I kept it because it still has the foam. Like after Christmas was done, we pulled all the stuff out of it and I left the foam in there and I kept the log because I thought, well, I can redo this for next year.
Yeah.
Rather than pay $50 for a new decoration, I can do a decoration. But I didn't really have something that looked very Christmassy, and that's very nice and Christmassy. And we put that on our, well, last year I think we put it on um, in the broadcast, didn't we? Over on the shelf
Yeah,
there
we used to have it on
in the
the
center.
shelf there, yeah.
Yeah, on the center shelf. So, yeah, so that's where we normally have it, and but we may have it upstairs this year. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll take a picture of it, check it out on our Facebook page. But I am curious if anybody else does any kind of Christmassy crafts. So what I'm going to do really quick is I am going to go to our Facebook page and just see if there we go, get all caught up.
I've
We've
got
not
one. I'll
got.
go and get it for you.
Oh, you've got one. Awesome. So I don't see any comments in the chat. So that's what I was looking for, was to see if there were any comments in the chat to see if anybody was saying anything, but no comments on that. But Doreen's actually going to get us a loggy decoration thing, so to show it off. So apparently this was the perfect place for me to be for this broadcast, because who knew? We have Christmas craft woman here extraordinaire.
Yeah. So it'd be
I
nice
know
to
some
know
people
if
also
anybody in the US makes crackers, because
Well,
it's
you
a
have to say what
tradition.
crackers are, first of all,
Well,
because when you say crackers to an
A
American,
Christmas
we think
cracker,
more
yeah,
like
is
more like, a biscuit. That's what we think
no.
of. Not actually a biscuit, but the savory ones. Ooh, speaking of,
It's
I think I'll
actually
have
a
this one.
tube, like 3 tubes connected,
I made this one
and
years ago.
Oh, hang on. Doreen is back. Hold on. You're going to have to stop the cracker description because she is back with her. Oh, she's made. Oh, it's a. Oh, nice.
And all little pockets to put your
Yeah.
Can you
this
show
is
it on
an
the
advent
camera?
calendar. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can show this. So she's got like a homemade advent calendar.
Nice.
Yeah, with all the days of Christmas on there.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I made that years ago.
We should bring that with. We should see if we can pack it and bring it. That would be a lot of fun. Might as well use it if we can.
Oh yeah, you can have
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. If you're not going to use it, yes. Apparently, we're getting a Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah,
an a homemade advent calendar.
yeah, I made
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Very nice. No, it's very nice. So yeah, sometimes people make homemade advent calendars, and you were telling them about crackers, Russ, which is a very
Yeah,
British
it's hard to
thing.
describe what a Christmas cracker is like, but it has a piece of paper that runs through the center, which has an explosive, like gunpowder on it. So when you pull either side, it cracks.
It's actually
you know.
like the snaps that we have at like the snaps that you throw down at July 4th on the
Yeah.
ground that just pop, and or the ones that you pull the strings on. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, same thing.
So that's in it.
But
and
yours
then
are like
there's
wrapped in
always
Christmas paper with a little bit of a string on it, and then inside, not only does it have that little explosive,
it has
what
a
else does it have
toy, a
inside?
gift, and a joke, and normally a paper hat to put on.
A paper crown. Yep, normally
Yeah.
a paper crown, some little toy, and
A joke.
I mean, you said a joke, but they're the kind of jokes, folks, that you find like in Chinese cookies, like fortune
Yeah,
cookies.
they're
They're
no
that
dad
kind of
jokes.
jokes. Yeah, they're dad jokes. They're
Yeah.
they're bad dad jokes for sure. So yeah, no dad is what they call them in the UK, because it's like, no dad, don't.
Yeah.
That's why they're no dad jokes. Some people also do some of the Christmas crafts that people do are they cut out those snowflakes. Like in school, they'll cut out like a string of
Yeah.
snowflakes out of
Yeah.
paper and stuff, and they'll hang them up. We used to, when I was growing up, we used to do strings of popcorn with cranberries. So we do a string of like a whole bunch of popcorn and then a cranberry and then a string of popcorn and cranberry.
Oh.
I don't do that so much now because, well, it's a ton of work and you have to throw
Yeah.
it away at the end of the season. It's not the kind of thing that you can hold on to for next season. So,
Uh-huh.
but it's fun if you've got kids. It's a great Christmas craft because you can sit down and
Yeah.
do it as a family,
They used
and it
to
goes
do
really
the
quick.
paper chains that you can make up,
Oh yeah, paper chains
like
as well.
sticky
Yep,
one
as
end,
as
so
a
you
Christmas
could,
tree
yeah.
decoration.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. And then another thing, I know people sometimes make their own ornaments. Like they'll
Yeah.
sit down with a family.
For the
We
tree.
did that growing up sometime. Occasionally, we had now I don't know if you know what shrinky dinks are, Russ. Do you know what shrinky dinks are?
Shrinky dinks. No.
Yeah, apparently you don't. So, so in the U.S., and you guys who know what shrinky dinks are, let's explain this to Russ. Basically, they're like these little plastic discs that have like a printed pattern on them, and then you would color them in with like a paint. But the plastic disc would be like maybe this big, like, pretty good size. And then you would take it and you'd put it on a tray in the oven, usually like with paper or something underneath it to protect your tray. And then you'd put it in the oven at whatever, and it would shrink down to whatever the size, like usually to about a quarter of the size of whatever it started at. And what would happen is, so the plastic would just like, but then it would concentrate your color. So whatever colors you painted it like concentrated it and almost turned it into jewel tones, and it was like a little stained glass thing for kids.
Ah,
So yeah, they're called Shrinky Dinks. They were a lot of fun, I have to say. And then we also, one year, we had little wooden ornaments that Mom bought somewhere that we painted in. So I got to hang those on the tree. So I don't know if we have any of those anymore. Those were a little bit, but Shrinky Dinks and the other. So I'd be interested to know, guys, if you're watching live. We didn't actually put anything up in the chat here, but if you're watching live, drop us a hashtag live. If you are watching this in replay, do a hashtag replay and drop it in the chat what it is that you maybe made when you were growing up as a kid. Was it paper chains? Was it popcorn? What kind of Christmas crafts did your family do? And or were you just not crafty at all? Because there's a lot of families that aren't. And I'm not a particularly crafty person, which is why we don't do a lot of crafty things in our house at Christmas. The crafty thing I did in that video was more practical than anything else. So, yeah. Can you think of anything else for you, Russ?
and not
Is that
at the
about it?
moment. I
Paper
mean,
chains?
I used to do a lot of wood turning, and I used to turn like little Christmas trees and things like that to use as ornaments, or because they're pretty easy to do. Um,
Would you use those as ornaments or decorations?
well, you could use for either. It depends on what size you made them. But you know, it wasn't a lot to put a little hole through the top of a Christmas tree and put a string on it, and you could hang it. You know, if you've made it.
Yeah.
Or I used to make the potpourri bowls so that you get the smell of Christmas.
Or as we say in America, the potpourri.
Yeah, the potpourri. Yeah.
Potpourri. Oh, I can't get this. All right, so just be interested to see what you guys have to say. I think we've done enough for tonight. I think you did really well tonight so far, Russ. I think it's excellent. Now
Thank
let's
you.
see if you can segue us out, which is by putting up our ending video with our phone numbers and everything on it, and where everybody can find us every week.
There's an ending video.
It's the same video as the beginning video.
Okay, so I merge that over.
And click loop.
Click loop, and then
There you
take
go.
us
Now you
off.
need to get rid of us and get rid of our audio, and have a great evening, everybody.